Inoue's the number 1 star, and Nakatani's the number 2.
I just think this is an easy way for them to get a unified champion for Nakatani.
Nishida is a good fighter, world-class level. He's a good boxer, but I don't think he's got the power.
I think this is the poorest division in boxing at the minute.
I'm not sure it's the poorest division, but it's not as hot as some of the others. Yes.
I've gone 10th round for Nakatani.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to look up the upcoming fight between Junto Nakatani and Ryosuke Nishida at bantamweight for the IBF World Bantamweight Championship and the WBC World Bantamweight Championship, taking place on the Sunday, June the 8th in the Ariake Arena in Tokyo, Japan. I think this will probably be on, I think it's ESPN Plus in the US. It's probably going to be on Sky in the UK, Sky Sports. So let's start with the tail of the tape. Right, we have Junto Nakatani has 30 wins, 0 losses and 0 draws, 30 fights in total, 23 wins by KO. He's age 27. He's 5'8", 173 centimeters tall. He's got a 68.5-inch reach, 174 centimeters. Its fights are bantamweight, so it's 118 pounds, 53.5 kilos, and he fights out of a southpaw stance. So, and he's fighting Ryosuke Nishida, who has 10 wins, 0 losses and 0 draws, 10 fights in total, 2 wins by KO. He's age 28. He's 5'7" tall, 170 centimeters, 68-inch reach, 173 centimeters. And he fights out of a southpaw stance. So this is a unification fight at bantamweight between 2 Japanese fighters. Interesting contest. Nakatani obviously being the rising star there in that weight. You know, one of the big stars and at the lower weight after Inoue and with Bam Bam Rodriguez. So, yeah, a big Japanese fight. Mm-hmm. And both southpaw fighters, which is interesting. Similar age, similar heightish, and a similar sort of reach. But I think Nakatani's got more experience and more pop, isn't he, in this?
Well, obviously, he's had like 20 more fights.
He's also the number 1 ranked, isn't he? And Nishida's the number 2 ranked by Ring. So your thoughts, Simon, on this? Bantamweight unification fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that they've got a unification fight. All Japanese, going to be huge.
Well, in the Ring rankings, there is no Ring champion, but the number 1 to number 7 are all Japanese.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. We've all only had about 30 fights between them, apart from Nakatani.
Well, if you take Nakatani out, they're all, you know. Well, Inoue's brother Takuma has had a few fights, 22. But like there's like 4 of them have had only 10, 15, 11, 6. Although Takai fought recently and demolished his opponent in one couple of rounds, I think, against Tongdi, which we did do a video on. And he was the ex-kickboxer and fighting another ex-kickboxer and he pulled it off.
So it was a kickboxing fight.
It's kickboxing, basically. That's how he demolished him.
No, look.
It was actually a good fight, but it was, he caught him and then he was just basically rocked him. It's just a matter of time. I think he knocked him down 3 times and then stopped him in the 4th. So, yeah. So he's quite interesting.
I'm just wondering whether they're trying to go the same route with Nakatani as they did with Inoue.
Mm-hmm.
Because as go undisputed bantamweight, then move up and go for undisputed super bantamweight.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously they're trying to set up a fight with Inoue as well, but I think that'll go up. But Nakatani does have height on his side, so he's got a frame where he can fill out a bit more.
He's been undisputed, hasn't he? Nakatani.
I don't know because he's got. Let me get his world titles. Go on, carry on, and I'll get his titles up.
Yeah, I just.
I don't think he's been undisputed, but he has won titles. He started lower down, hasn't he? As
yeah.
So.
I mean, and he is, like you say, he's 5'8", isn't he?
Yeah. I have a suspicion he's probably a bit taller than that, but like he's quite lanky, isn't he, and slim.
Are they building him as the next Inoue? I mean, this is what I think Japan does, isn't it? They do build their fighters up really, really well.
Well, at these type of weights, look, it's like that. You've got loads of really good competition. So you've got. It's not like you're fighting in your country, but you're still fighting really good opposition. Yeah, he's flyweight champion, isn't it? Then he's gone up WBO flyweight, super flyweight, then world. Because I think he's tall. He's had to go up the weight a bit faster. Was Inoue's always, it's push him because he's not that tall. I think Inoue's only 5'5".
I don't know whether Nishida's going to have the.
Nishida's a good boxer as well.
He's a good boxer.
But I think his experience level is not going to help him here.
No.
And he hasn't got the pop.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, he's got 2 KOs in 10.
Yeah, but they say that like about Anthony Kakachi.
Yeah, and then he comes out, he's like, yeah, epic.
And if you speak to his sparring partners, they'll say he's one of the hardest punches in the division.
Yeah.
Just because they're not knocking him out doesn't mean they haven't got the pop.
The thing is, he's actually gone the opposite way. He started like 122 pounds and then gone down to 118.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Then I would have expected us to have the pop. So
I just think I'm going to sound disrespectful here. I just think this is an easy way for them to get a unified champion for Nakatani.
The thing with it is that because of all the way all the divisions are, it's all the champions are relatively, you've got Takai at 11-0. I think Takai's probably a tougher fight, although he's adapting. You've got Nishida's the IBF, so the next one. He was only a 10 fight, and then you've got and then there's Vargas, who's the WBA.
Do you know what? I'm going to say
that's probably tougher to make.
I'll be really controversial here.
Go on.
I think this is the poorest division in boxing at the minute.
I'm not sure it's the poorest division, but it's not as hot as some of the others.
I'd say it's the poorest division.
But having said that, there's quite a lot of good fights in this level. Like I said, there's some good contests. I think they've got they've basically got control of it in the Japanese side.
Yeah, I think Nakatani beats Nishida, and I think he beats him quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are looking at this mega fight in the future.
I think they're expecting him to get through it and then he's going to have to step up in weight.
I mean, because you
either
look
to
at
122 or 126 to fight in a way, isn't it?
I think Nakatani, in a way, worldwide, it's a big fight. In Japan,
it's huge.
Jesus Christ! You're talking.
Stars. Well, in a way, it's like mega.
You're talking Joshua Fury.
It's Joshua Fury level in Japan.
It may be bigger.
I don't think you can make a bigger fight.
No,
you base that. Inoue's the number 1 star, and Nakatani's the number 2, and both deservedly so.
Like I say, I I love people when they unify the divisions. I think it's great. Nishida, he's gonna put up a fight. He's not gonna go down.
Yeah, they're
easy,
all quite good, all the Japanese fighters. So
but
it's not like
I just think Nakatani's got way too much for him, man.
Because the good thing in Japan is as well, they do call fighters from other people because obviously they pay quite well, so they come. So they don't just fight like a lot of people when they're building up their in 10 fights normally. You'll just have thought your local fighters in your local division. But they do go through because you got Thai fighters coming, you got other sort of Southeast Asian, but they also get quite a lot of Mexicans and people go over as well, and or American ones because... So he has fought other, people. To get the title. I think he was against Emmanuel Rodriguez, so 12-round decision, and then he defended it against the Japanese guy.
He's got. I think he might cause Nakatani a few issues to start with. Not hurting him, but just I think he's going to frustrate Nakatani.
He's a good boxer, but I don't think he's got the power to cause Nakatani to really keep Nakatani away.
I think once Nakatani gets his jab established, gets his range
I think once he gets his rhythm, I think it's just going to be a matter of wearing him down. I think Nishida is quite tough, so it's going to take a bit of time. But yeah, I think it's going to be the lack of experience, and I think Nakatani is a special fighter, so it's Nishida is a good fighter, world class level, but I think Nakatani is
elite,
special talent. So yeah, I think this is just for him a way to keep him busy to unify, to get the things.
I think that
raise his profile as well.
I mean, like I say, I love a unified fight. I'm just
this will be big in Japan as well.
Oh, this will be huge. This is huge.
Two champions.
And I feel bad not giving Nishida a chance. I just rate Nakatani that highly, though.
Yeah, it's hard to see past it.
I really do.
Because I think he's that skilled, but he's got the pop as well. So it's hard for him, hard to go past. But even if you look at his resume, it's quite good of fighters at that weight and around. So, once he gets in his rhythm and he gets them down, he usually gets them out of there fairly quickly. And he's had 4 KOs in his last fight in 6th round, 1st round, 6th round, 3rd round in 12-round fights. Cortez took him for the distance, but that was in lower weight at 115 pounds. And then even Maloney, he's taken him out in 12 rounds though, but that was a low weight. And he seems to have got, I think he can fill out more. I think he's actually got more range in going up in weight than Inoue has. Because I think Inoue's near the level where he can be because of his height and he's got that frame. I think he can fill out more.
Yeah.
For
I wouldn't disagree if you're on that one.
Weight, and I think he's got that. The way he boxes and the pop and that and things, I think he's got enough to go. And he's a bit younger, to 27, so you can see him filling up with it. In a way, he's got to that level there. Sort of hitting the limits of his frame now to go bigger, because he's going to lose something if he tries to pad on more.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Nakatani naturally has got more about him to go up higher in weight. And I think he'll probably get better as he goes up a few. I think he's still probably lower than where he should be. But yeah, I think in this fight, if we stick to Nishida, I think it's hard to see past Nakatani. Let me see what the odds are. And the things should we do, or should we make up predictions and then we'll do the odds?
I've gone 10th round for Nakatani.
KO?
Yeah.
KO. 7th round, I'm going to go. I think he'll do it a bit faster. Nak. 7th round KO. Right, let's have a look. Predictions, near enough 86% for Nakatani, 14 for Nishida, 57% KO, 29% decision for Nakatani, and then 14% decision for Nishida. Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
Yeah.
And then in betting, Nakatani's 1-8, minus 770 to win. And Nishida is 5-1, plus 500. I'd say that's not far off, is it? Really? What you'd expect. So, yeah. Good fight. Look forward to it. Always look forward to seeing Nakatani fight. I haven't seen as much as Nishida, and he usually goes to the point, but it is usually good contests of their fights, and the Japanese will be interesting to see. And hopefully it's the start of those unification things, so build up a fight. Cool. Let us know your thoughts. Any Nishida fans, Nakatani fans, Japanese boxing fans? We know we have some who usually watch. So like, subscribe, comment. Let us know your thoughts on this. The unifications, how do you think you're going? How good do you think Nakatani is? How good do you think Nishida is? Are we underestimating him because he hasn't got enough, because we haven't seen him, he hasn't had enough fights and experience? And what would you like to see next of that for Nakatani and or whoever the winner is, if Nishida does manage to pull off the shock? yeah, like, subscribe, press the notification bell so when you know there's new videos coming up. And because we've got quite a lot of good videos coming up, good fights coming up. And we shall see you in the next video. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.